Hello everyone, then welcome to the channel, and this time we are going to check what the failure of the igniters is, either physically or electrically. I have here 3 igniters that are the same but with different failure, or one without failure. Practically all the igniters is the same operation is a semiconductor. Practically its function is to give the spark or the temperature to ignite the gas, well obviously sending signal to the flame sensor from there to the coils, but well that is another issue. Here as we can see the one on the left is broken, but I put it because sometimes they think that they are like that and that it sparks come out of there, and no, it is not like that. So here we can see it. I put it because seriously I have had people who have taken it there and it says, and it is that it is. Well, he says, but I don't know why he doesn't get sparks, and I tell him that it doesn't work that way. Then I already show you one and you realize here we have another one, that the fault which is well that practically you see it well, but if we see it more closely in this part here has a break in practically the continuity, so here it no longer serves. Why, or can it serve you? Pretend that when you put it there are times that it will turn you on, there are times that it will not, then you have to replace it with one like this new one. This one is brand new, unused, so right now we are going to test them as well so you can see how they work, how to test it also with a multimeter or with series, these detecting them physically. Remember that if you like my content, like, comment, subscribe, and well, we will continue watching this type of videos. And also that you support me to continue uploading videos more often. You can use series or you can use a multimeter on the continuity scale. I don't recommend it. Right now I'm going to explain why I recommend it more on the WHO scale. If you have a multimeter, a little more. A more basic version, put it in the lowest option such, and well look, I tell you why it is not convenient in continuity, because you put it in continuity if it marks you and whistles and everything, but when you want to measure the dignitor it may give you continuity and it is cut, then you are going to think that it is wrong, as in this case it gives me continuity and it is cut. Then we better put it on a WHO scale here, and by having it on the WHO scale then we are going to try it. Usually these should you to give between 55 and 57 ohms. Talking for these for the planes, as I tell you, there is oval, is round, there are some like in the shape of that or hook then, but you just have to see that it gives you a reading in ohmios. If it gives it to you, practically the dignitor is well, or you can also test it with light. Just this is fast. Right now we're going to see it a little bit more in detail. Look, if we put it up here it's going to mark you different eye when you test it, that it doesn't overload too much, which is the semiconductor part or the part of stone that is not stone, but well that's how it's commonly known because it breaks quite easily. It's very brittle, so avoid hitting it with something because it's going to crack very easily. Look at this other one that happens when you try it, because it doesn't give us a signal. Nowhere, because of the cut that I tell you that it brings in the center of the dignitor. This is very common. In fact, well, is that it is almost 50% of the time you are going to see it broken, 50% you are going to see it damaged. Here what you can also do, if you see that everything is fine, check the wiring, because then the wiring gets to crack from here. That's why when you buy a dignitor, or you can buy them outside, they bring you some screw bells so that you can mocho the wiring and put it together. So without a connector, but the case is very rare, and for obvious reasons this is not going to give you any continuity because it is quite damaged. So also remember that if you are looking for a spare part and everything, we also handle it in Mercado Libre and we work deliveries practically. In several delegations of Mexico City, and if not, then by Mercado Libre. Here we have a serial connection. When connecting it, a connection is practically nothing more with the help of the continuity of a focus, and that's it. Here it is. Look here, we're going to see something interesting. Yes. I put it here. Practically this piece is not heating up or going to get red hot or anything, but look here how it is going to spark. So you can see that here the problem is here. Look, you saw the problem is here because here it starts to spark when Give continuity to this, do it in series because I have to do it in series because if you do it live or at 120 it will heat up very quickly and you will thunder it if it is in good condition. Right now it is just starting to heat up, but because it does not have the continuity that it does. It is required to close the circuit when the igniters fail because the main fault of the dryer, is that it does not turn on. Everything works, but no, it does not heat anything, that is, it never turns on the plate, nor does the clothes come out hot or warm or anything, nor is it. Hey, the passage of the gas, nothing. Then when this way or serve, you won't have problems with gas leakage or something either, because then there's that fear and look, here, it's sparking because we pretend that temporarily the connection, then this igniter. Practically it is no longer useful as I tell you of the most common failures, so we are going to try practically the other water because it heats up. This which connected in series is going to heat very light. Here it is already heating up. Unfortunately it is going to put it live. So you can see how red it gets, but I don't recommend that you put it because if you go too far, it will crack by itself. It takes a long time, but also a red hot and you shake it or move it, it can crack quite easily, then be very careful. Igniters are not very expensive, but also this when you have an igniter change, usually this coil or some sensor is clean to your entire dryer, so it is very important that they do it to the pulleys as well. Engine service, then it does a full service. Look here, I'm going to put it now live so you can see how it gets red hot. It doesn't take long, but that's how it is, and practically you just put it like this and you've already tried it. It's okay, no. I leave it longer. Look at what heat it generates, which in theory is also called plasma, also that the cardboard burns it, so right now we are going to discard it to cool down, but that one is practically good. The other one here, as you can see, I have it live. And it doesn't even work, but I'm going to put it here, where the union is, and you're going to see that it's going to turn bright red, or it's practically going to have continuity well here because it doesn't grip well. There it is, and you see, it's an intense heat that generates and ignites a lot. And quite a lot, and that's practically how to check the igniters. Remember that you are going to change your dryer very carefully because it can break, and all this is still hot even when you buy it. They come in a well-protected box. It is difficult for it to fail you. But well, you have to be careful. Look, I'm going to break this one so you can see that it's very easy to break it. Here I give it a little tap, another tap, a very light taps, and look, I broke it. Is very fragile, so be very careful when using this because you can. Thundering. There are times when it gets stuck anywhere, and when it comes to moving it because it breaks. Right now I can't hold it well with my hands because it's very hot, so to see that it gets to you like this and it thunders very easily, then practically this is. Everything you need to know about an igniter. Remember, support me as I tell you, these are well protected and you want to acquire it anywhere. I don't have to go outside with me, but anywhere you want it because they have their security, they come quite well, they protect themselves and everything, and well. You are not going to have a problem like buying it online or something, since right now there are times that it is more convenient for you on the internet than in a business, because in a business you also have to take out for rent and everything. Then practically this is all. I hope well you liked it. If you liked it, like, comment, share, subscribe. In the description is our face where you can follow us, and from there I can answer all your doubts as I tell you there are deliveries to Mexico City, and we'll see you until next. Ciao.